Call to order the meeting of the Haverford Township Zoning Hearing Board of Thursday, September 18th, 2025. Present at the front table to my far left is Jessica Vitale, a voting member.
Good evening.
Ed McGarty, a voting member. Ernie Angelos, our solicitor.
Good evening.
Bill Rhodes, a voting member. Good evening. Jesse Poynton, a voting member.
Good evening.
Jonathan Mount, our Township Zoning Officer. We have one decision and a few new applications on the agenda tonight. Why don't we just do the decision first? Oh, Pledge of Allegiance. Billy, please lead us in the pledge.
Please rise if you can and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Apologize for that. So the decision, well, it's listed as a continuance / decision. So the record was closed. Okay. Case Z 25-20, Mustafa Smith Jones, owner of 978 Township Line Road, Woodwood, PA, DC folio number 2208-0106100. And I won't read the rest of the description into the record unless somebody specifically requests that I do so. No? Good. Jesse, you want to take the decision on this one?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would vote to approve the requested relief, except for the relief sought for 182-203C8, which the testimony at our last meeting stated was no longer needed due to the reduction in height to satisfy the code. So that is not part of this approval. The following conditions are: number one, no spectator seating shall be installed except benches for players and coaches. Two, no youth leagues or team competitions, including but not limited to tournaments. Three, no renting out or subletting of the sports facility or common areas in the tenant space. Four, a limit of 8 players or trainees and 2 coaches utilizing the sports facility at any one time. 5, the rear setback shall be no less than 10 feet inclusive of the proposed egress stair. 6, the egress stair shall not encroach on the side yard setbacks. 7, the project shall complete all required saldo requirements. 8, the project shall meet all required stormwater management and township engineer requirements. And let's see. 9, the project shall comply with all applicable building code requirements. 10, no fewer than 22 parking spaces shall be provided within the site, either at grade or underground. The parking spaces shall be identified by signage for 12 for the residential and 10 for the public space. 11, no occupiable roof space shall be provided. The only access to the roof shall be for maintenance or applicable code requirements. 12, the owner shall occupy one of the residences, as testified. 13, there shall be no left turns out of the property onto City Avenue. And the project shall be completed within 2 years and in accordance with the notes of testimony.
Okay. Jessica?
I agree.
Ed?
I'm opposed.
Bill?
I agree.
And so do I. That application is approved. 4-1. You're welcome.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good night, guys.
See you, Jeff. All right. Jonathan, no reason to go out of order? Okay. Our first new application is Z25-32, Pierce Keating, owner of 1 Westview Road, Bryn Mawr, PA, DC folio number 2205-00420000, who seeks relief from section 18222C5 and 182-727C4 to permit a 4-foot high fence within the 50-foot front yard setback. Property is on R1 and located in the 5th ward. Hey, Jamie.
Good evening,
How are
Jamie.
you?
I'm good. Jamie John here on behalf of the applicant. Before I start, I will just distribute my exhibit packages.
Okay.
Thank you.
As stated, we're seeking a variance from the front yard requirements to place a fence within a portion of the front yard. I have 4 exhibits, and I will just go through them quickly before I call my 2 witnesses. Exhibit A1 is an area of the property in the center of the area. That is where our property, 1 Westview Road, is located. As you can see, it is on the corner of Highland Lane and Westview Road. Westview Road is basically a cul-de-sac that services 6 residences. Exhibit A2 is a dimension and grading plan. If you see on the left side, there is a fence that's shown in red, and that is the relief that we're seeking, to have that portion of the fence within a portion of the Westview Road front yard. Exhibit A3 is submitted just for the purpose of showing the type of post and board fence that's being proposed. It will be 4 feet tall or 4 feet high. Exhibit A4 is a tax map that shows all of the residences along Westview Road, and we have received letters of support from all of the neighbors along that cul-de-sac.
Can we go back to A3? So A3 is just an example that is not a photo of the property, is that correct?
It is not.
Okay,
It's just an
we're-
example
so
of
we're-
the fence that we're proposing.
Okay, thank you.
If the board doesn't have any other questions with respect to the exhibits, I will call my first witness.
I had, so on Exhibit A1, just so we understand, the address for the house is 1 Westview Road. Is the house that adjacent to the right of the trees, driveway to Highland, is that the house? Or
It is
the house
not.
underneath the trees?
It's underneath. So there was actually an existing home that has been demolished, and we're in the process of constructing a new home, but the prior home is under the canopy.
Got it. Billy?
Yeah, well, on A3, are you planning to use the pillars like this that are depicted here, or is it just the fence that we're supposed to?
We haven't had anybody.
I believe it's just the fence.
Okay.
Yeah, but you offered the exhibit.
No, I'm saying that he was going to testify, and I wanted to he was going to say something.
Oh, you know what? When I call him, I will ask him to clarify.
Okay, there you go. Thanks.
Right. Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay, I'll call my first witness.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
And your full name and the capacity in which you appear?
Pierce Keating, owner of the property.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Could you please state your address for the board?
My current address, or where I'm moving to?
Current address.
543 Avonwood Road in Haverford. 543 Avonwood Road, Haverford.
And when was the property purchased, and who will reside at the property?
When was the, I'm sorry, I should know this. When was
West-
it, when did I
on
buy this
Westview.
property? In January? February?
February of 2025, correct?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and who will reside at that property?
My wife, my youngest son,
And yourself.
and myself, I'm sorry. Depends how this goes tonight. Yeah.
And what are your plans for the property, and why you're seeking the fence variance?
Well, we're moving from where we live to where we currently live to here because next year I will have 9 grandchildren at the local grade school. I have 10 children of my own. My youngest son has Down syndrome, and I have 21 grandchildren. And the idea is to be able to have an adequate play area for them. The fence, as it's shown, as this would give us room back there, essentially.
And have you spoken to any of your neighbors regarding the proposed fence?
All of them. And I used to live around the corner, so I know all, yeah.
And you have received letters of support from all of the neighbors on Westview Road, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that's what has been marked as Exhibit A4, correct?
Okay, yes.
That's all of my questions for peers.
Jessica?
The picture of the fence that you'll be putting in is bare wood. Are you intending to paint the fence or will it just be unfinished wood? Do you know yet?
I don't know that answer. If you drive down that road, everybody has a fence. Some are right up on the road. Ours is 20 feet back from the road. Some are right on the road. Some are painted and some are just natural wood.
Okay.
That is a decision that my wife would make. If I made it, it would be wrong.
Safe answer.
Yes.
And to confirm, it'll be 4 feet high?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
correct? I don't have any other questions.
Ed?
Yes, I'm looking at the Exhibit A2, and I'm seeing an existing fence. But is it existing?
There's no offense there now. There's,
I may clarify, I believe the fence that's shown is a fence that would, is the fence location that would comply with applicable regulations. There isn't fencing there currently.
You mean applicable requirements for a pool fence?
Well, if they were to put a fence, I believe that's the location that it would need to be located because that's outside of the 50-foot front yard. So what we are proposing is that rather than having that fence behind the front yard line, have that portion of the fence that, is shown in red be located within the front yard.
And the other fence that's depicted on here from the red line to the furthest.
right here, that would be the new fence, sir.
Right, so he's asking about this. So that would not be installed.
That would not be installed. No, it would be
So that would be removed.
that'd be removed. But there's nothing there now.
I understand, thank you.
Okay.
Do you have, I don't see on the plan, see if I'm missing it, the right-of-way off Westview Road?
Bigger bird.
It's 10 foot. It's 10 foot.
Well,
It's 10 foot off the road. It's 10 foot off. You can't help it.
You're not, you haven't been sworn yet.
let me just clarify. So Westview Road is there. I don't know what the width of Westview is, but the proposed fence shown in red would be 20 feet off of the existing paving, but it would be 10 feet off the right-of-way.
Gonna be 10 foot deeper than the right-of-way onto the lot.
That's correct.
Okay, but it's not shown on here what that is, so I'm kind of confused on, and I don't know if you're the proper person to ask, but the property line, showing the property line not on in the center of the road like it is on the Highland Avenue? Or is that, I don't know what that line is.
Down the middle of Westview?
Yes, along Westfield, there's the black line, which I'm assuming is the property line.
I think it's a sewer or water line.
Did you measure 20 feet off of, or is that the,
There is a water line that's shown there.
no, it's a black line that goes all the way and it attaches to the two optional pillars, so it runs through both of those. I don't know what that black line is depicting.
According to the legend, the thick solid line should be the property line, according to the legend on that exhibit A2.
Oh, yeah, that's what I speculated, but then property lines usually go to the center of the road, or, or to the edge of the road, not, just because it's right away doesn't mean it's not your property. I just wondered if that's what it is, because it's not the same way on Highland Avenue, it sort of goes down to the curb line. It looks like it, I can't see everything there.
I'm not sure what the
Hopefully John can
answer
answer that when he gets sworn in.
Okay.
to that question is.
But the question, the answer is that whatever it is, even if it's not correctly shown on this plan, that you will stay 20 foot back of the right-of-way onto your property with this new fence.
I just want to clarify, 20 feet off of the paving that exists in the right-of-way, the paved road,
We don't,
but it would be 10 feet off of the right-of-way.
10 foot.
It's saying I can't.
Yes,
Okay, that's still not within the right-of-way, so I'm okay.
yes.
That's all I have.
Bill?
So I do have a couple questions. So if we, as depicted in with the red boundary fence that's proposed, it will connect on either arm of it with the fence that's depicted, but the fence that's depicted between the ends of the two arms, that's coming out, correct?
That's correct.
And then, can you park on Westview on the street?
I never have, but
Okay.
not
I noticed-
usually. I drive by there. I have grandkids in school at St. John Newman, and nobody normally parks there.
Okay, and I noticed you've got, it's depicting showing a walkway coming all the way to the edge of the street. There's no sidewalk there, I presume.
There's no sidewalk.
Right. So, but is that walkway now beyond your property line? This kind of goes back to what Ed was asking about. Now the plans depict that you're building off your property line, at least the walkways and part of your driveway in the right of way. That's probably not right.
So I can't answer the question yet, but
We save that question
Okay,
for our
sure.
second witness.
Yep. And then I'm going to guess maybe that another question is on that same walkway, it shows proposed steps to the right, and then I guess what, you'd walk across the lawn to the door of the house?
well, I think you'd walk straight from the street to the front door there, sir. Where it says proposed steps.
Yeah.
Proposed walkway, you'd walk right into the house.
Okay, so the shaded area
Is the house.
that says proposed dwelling is not flush with those stairs? It's a porch?
There's a porch.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
porch. Yes, sir.
Thanks, got it.
Yep.
Oh, I see, the covered porch, I got it.
Yep.
Okay, no other questions at this time, thanks.
Yes? No. Okay, I have no questions. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And your full name and the capacity in which you appear?
John Finnerty. John Finnerty, Finnerty. It's John.
And what is the capacity in which you appear tonight, John?
So I am a custom home builder, and I was hired by Pierce Keating to build his house.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Thank you. Can you state your address for the board?
Yes, my address is 720 Old Fern Hill Road,
And-
Westchester, Pennsylvania.
And what is your position at Jake Premier?
I am the owner.
Are you familiar with the property?
I am.
And can you describe what you were asked to do in connection with the property?
Yes, so Pierce and I have worked together to develop the property. The existing, or the original house that was there faced Highland Lane, and the driveway went out to Highland Lane. In talking with Pierce and developing the property, for the number one reason was safety, that we wanted to turn the house and the driveway from coming out onto Highland Lane and have it come out onto Westview Road. So you had to demolish the old house, and then the new construction home was turned to be parallel with Westview. In doing that, I worked with the township and Jonathan here, and getting the address changed from 312 Highland Lane to 1 Westview. With that, what used to be the rear property being very deep would now become the side property on the left side of the property where it's shown here with the pool. So it's just the rear property now is only approximately like 20 feet, which just becomes very shallow, not usable for really much in the backyard at this point, so.
And you've touched upon it a little bit, but why is the variance required, and what is the unique physical characteristics of this property?
So the lot is, now, it used to be very, very deep and not so much wide. Now that we turned the house, it is a very wide property, but not very deep. So it's, but again, in trying to think through the safety of that driveway that comes out, the intersection right there is a very goofy because there's a stop sign going one direction, but not a stop sign going the other direction. So there's been, just in working in the area and being in that area, it's just kind of confusing and traffic and whatnot. So we decided to turn the property. So it's just a unique situation.
And is the variance necessary to enable reasonable use of the property?
Yes.
And one of the things the variance would allow is to allow, again, the homeowners to have a functional yard while also providing the fencing that's required for that swimming pool, correct?
Exactly right. And further looking at this, again, when we originally applied and, came in for our building permit, the fence was drawn in there. And after we started construction, we're currently in the framing stages and mechanical stages. The house is being built right now. In looking at it, that fence that was drawn in there basically chops that side yard in half. And you get out there and it's just really not much usable space. So, in talking with Pierce, we have decided to come in front of you guys to be able to make the side yard a little bit more usable. We're not looking to go all the way out to the road like some of the surrounding neighbors. Some of the surrounding neighbors the fence is right on the road or 10 feet off the road. Pierce does, care about the neighborhood and the aesthetics. So we do, on the plan, there's street trees. So we still are planning to put all the street trees in and then keep the fence 20 feet off the road. But it would allow a lot more of a usable area to use the side yard.
So the things that you've just described, the distance from the street, the fact that it's only in a portion of the front yard, and the type of material and the landscaping that's all proposed, I mean, that was all meant to sort of minimize the variance that you're requesting. Is that correct?
Yes.
Has the hardship been created by the applicant?
No.
If the fence variance is granted, would it alter the essential character of the neighborhood?
No, I think it fits the neighborhood very well.
And in your opinion, would the proposed fence have any adverse impact on public health, safety, or welfare?
No.
And just going back to Exhibit A3, there was a question as to whether we were proposing any sort of pillar within the front yard.
Yes.
That's shown on that exhibit.
Yeah, so in this exhibit and on the plan, there's 2 pillars at the driveway, and then there's another 2 pillars at the walkway coming straight out of the wraparound front porch, out of the front door. Both Pierce and Katie Keating have decided to opt out from doing the pillars at the driveway and just do the 2 pillars at the front walkway that will have lights on them. Just to, again, from a safety standpoint, they want to have some lighting out at the front walkway. And they are shown here that the pillars are on the property. They are not within the 10-foot right of way. They are set back, actually, I believe they're set back 12 feet from the face of the pillar. And don't quote me on that. It's between 11 and 12 feet, but it's not, the way the plan shows it right on the right-of-way line at 10 foot. The pillars are slightly behind the right-of-way line.
Those are all of my questions for John.
Jesse?
I don't know. I would contend that the hardship was created by changing the address. You testified that you didn't think the hardship was created by the occupant. That would be my only, could you further clarify how you believe that that's true? How the hardship was not created by the applicant? When you testified to working to change the address and change the front yard of the property, I think by definition you've made the hardship.
Could I address that question? And the reason why the testimony was presented that the hardship hasn't been created by the applicant is, regardless of actually where the access is coming off of, this is a corner lot. And I think that's one of the things that factors into the hardship. This is a corner lot, and the width that's on Westview is very wide. I believe the
How much?
lot's width on Westview is over 353 feet. So this is a rectangular lot, that's a corner lot, that has 2 front yards, and regardless of the orientation of the home and the driveway, you basically do not have any usable yard area to the rear of the home, I guess, especially if you need to put a fence outside of the front yard. And the swimming pool also requiring that a fence be placed, those are all of the things that are sort of unique to this property. And that's why we say the hardship hasn't been created by the applicant. Again, I don't think it's the driveway location that drives whether you need the variance or not.
I don't have any other questions.
Bill?
Yeah, so on page A2, under the grading plan side of the sheet,
I just need to see A2, so I can answer. Sorry. Might be under here. Sorry, I just want to be able to answer. Oh, A2, this? Yeah, okay.
yeah, so on the right side of the, which depicts the grading plan, I presume that is it showing the old driveway there? Or those are just pipes that are underground? That
no,
they ran under the old driveway?
Oh, gotcha. So, do you mind if I?
Yeah.
These lines here?
Yeah, those are
They're grading lines.
grading lines. Okay, so is that generally where the old driveway was?
The old driveway was probably 10 or 15 feet to the left of that. The old driveway was closer to the intersection.
Okay.
It was,
And that driveway's been completely torn up? And is there a curb on Highland?
there is not. There's not, well, so there's not a concrete curb. There is a asphalt.
Macadam.
Macadam, little.
Okay.
Round
And whatever cut was in that before?
That's getting filled.
You're filling that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not filled yet. It's a part of the plan to fill that when
Right.
construction is complete. Currently, that driveway is a stone driveway for construction access, but it's going to get all closed in.
Okay. And it'll be landscaped over and will not provide any vehicular
Nope.
ingress or egress or anything?
There's going to be street trees going along there, and it's completely closed off.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Ed?
Yeah, if I could ask Jonathan a question? Do we regulate pillars?
Do we regulate?
The pillars that are going to be put on here, is it part of this application, or is it something that we have to make a decision on, or do we, they're not attached to a fence? I'm just trying to figure out.
The pillars being, meet the definition of a structure. They would also be meeting definition of a structure in a front yard, which is prohibited by our zoning ordinance, but they have not applied for a permit or for a variance for those pillars. And if I could clear one other thing up, the right-of-way width on Westview is 50. The cartway width is 36, so the right-of-way from the face of the curb is 7 feet. So if people are trying to calculate those issues, that's the dimension. Face of curb to the right-of-way is 7 feet. But the pillars are definitely a structure, and they're in the front yard, and that would require a variance.
Just to clarify on that, so these were on the plan when we applied. So it's been approved, so like they're in.
Yeah, are we talking about pillars, the stone pillars?
Stone pillars, it's about a 33-inch wide by 30, it's about like the size of this podium with a lamp on top. And they're on the plan, so the footings in, conduits in.
Right, but they're not the subject of this hearing.
They're not. They're not.
Well, Ernie?
If I may.
That's what it requires a variance, so what are we doing?
If I may interrupt, I was not aware that they are in, but if there was a permit that's been issued pursuant to which work has been done, I would argue that they have a vested right to maintain those pillars in the location. But I do agree that they were not advertised as part of this variance.
Yeah, none of us knew.
And I would argue that under the circumstances, again, it would be a vested right and you would not need to come back for a variance.
I think he would otherwise be correct, but have a copy of the permit. So before this court, I mean, before this board, we don't have anything dictating that there was actually a permit issue.
Sure. I think that perhaps we should just follow up with the zoning officer on that matter. If for whatever reason we needed to come back, we'd be happy to do that. But I will follow up with the zoning officer in the morning with respect to the pillars.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's take 5. We'll go off the record, John. So, John, you were up here testifying, so come up there next to Jamie.
Sure.
Jamie, what would you like to tell us?
I don't have any more questions for John. Does the board have any additional questions? No?
Well, I went to you, Bill. Did you have any?
I did not have any.
Ed?
No, I do not.
Jessica?
You had testified that some neighbors have similar type fences. Do you know what those addresses are or where they are in proximity to this house?
I could,
So I do have some photos. I did not submit it as an exhibit, but these were photos that John took of properties in the neighborhood. And I'll let him sort of explain
Great.
what's shown on there.
So this fence is directly across the street,
Okay.
Westview or?
across on Highland. So it's directly across the street on Highland, and this is a 5 or 6 foot high privacy fence. We're looking to do a 4 foot, a smaller fence, but wood, natural, not painted.
Is the address on the photo?
The address is not on that photo.
So, Jamie, you want to have him write it on?
Yeah.
You're going to identify these.
It's,
I think do it collectively as a 5, but we'll just.
Okay.
yeah. So this is on Highland Lane. This is on Highland Lane. This mailbox address is 330 Highland Lane.
So that's where we're going to get in trouble.
Well, if we go through, I mean, if you.
All right, how many different pictures are there?
1, 2, 3, I don't know, 8 or 9. Just,
I think
So
it's,
number the pages.
yeah.
What I was going to recommend, just put the address on each individual.
But John
photo.
doesn't know the
He doesn't know all the
specific
addresses.
address for
Okay,
all of
all
them.
right.
So John, what you do is just mark each page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
yep.
And when you talk about the home, just
Yep.
reference the page number.
Okay. So page 1 shows a 5 foot tall natural wood fence, approximately 10 feet off the road on Highland Lane. So picture number 2 is another property, probably about 100, less than 100 yards away from Pierce Keating's property. This one happens that the address is 330 Highland Lane. There's a white picket fence approximately 10 feet off of the road.
Okay, since you know the address, would you write it on there, John?
Sure. 330 Highland. Okay, so that's that. So picture number 3 is 180 Highland Lane, and shows a fence that we are not looking to do, but it just shows that it's about in the neighborhood 10 feet off the road. So that's that. So this is 314 Highland Lane. Shows a fence that is natural wood, approximately 4 feet tall, but picked in style.
And what page is that?
Number 4,
That was
page 4, yeah.
page 4. Okay, so then page 5 shows a 4 foot wide post and board fence that is white in color. But I just wanted to show that there's a post and board fence on Highland Lane, right down. So I don't know the address. All right, so that's page 5, right? 6. So page 6 shows this is the cul-de-sac, or it is a cul-de-sac street. The next street down, I don't know it off the top of my head, closer to Coopertown Elementary School, is this picture shows a corner lot house with post and board fence and 2 stone pillars out at the road. So just wanted
Are you talking about Tracy Terrace across Highland or on the same side of Highland? Closer to-
So I come out of Westview, I make a left on Highland, and no, so that's on the right, but further down on the left. It's on the same side of the street. So, 7. So picture 7 shows it's that same property on the corner lot, just a different angle of the fence, approximately 10 feet off the road, post and board fence. And then picture 8, I showed the fence. This fence is on College Avenue. I happen to notice is approximately a 4-foot tall fence with some landscape around. So with street trees and hedges. So
And I just want to clarify, I think the purpose of these photos is to just show that what we are proposing is in character with the surrounding neighborhood.
I don't have any other questions.
That's mine.
Maybe.
Are you planning to landscape in front of this fence? Is that why you showed the picture from 400 College Avenue?
yes, so Pierce hasn't made final decisions yet, but we do have street trees along the road.
Well, I'm looking at that picture, the last one of the set, number 8. You know, it's more than arborvitae. I mean, they've got shrubs and everything, so sometimes it's kind of difficult to even see that fence.
That is.
Okay. Jess, do you have any other questions?
No questions.
Billy?
No more questions.
Ed?
No question.
Jessica? Okay, thank you.
I just want to go back to, I guess, the issue of the pillars. The pillars that are shown on Exhibit A3 is the type of pillar that is shown on either side of that walkway. And without prejudice to any argument that we have made that there is a vested right for us to maintain those pillars, since they were shown on permit plans that have been issued, we, to the extent necessary, to the extent required, we would like to amend our application to also include a variance to permit those 2 pillars on either side of that walkway.
Okay,
We can have that amended, subject to the preservation of your vested right argument.
I'm sorry, what was that? The preservation of?
Your preservation of your vested right argument, yeah.
Thank you.
all right, then why don't we have John come back up and tell us a little bit more about the pillars. They're gonna be stone, the dimensions, basic stuff.
Yep, they're stone pillars, about 33 inches wide, 33 by 33, approximately 4 feet tall, a bluestone cap, and a lamppost light that is on them.
So very similar to what's depicted in A3?
Yes.
Questions? Ed?
No question.
Jessica?
No questions.
Billy?
No questions.
Jesse? Okay, thank you.
Just in closing, I want to say that this is I believe, a de minimis dimensional variance based on all of the circumstances. We have full neighbor support. We don't think that there will be any adverse impact on public health, safety, and welfare. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jamie. With that, I'll ask if there's anyone present that received certified mail that wishes to testify. Anyone present that received regular mail? Any other residents of Haverford Township? With that, we'll close the record on this case, and the decision will be rendered either this evening, if not this evening, at our next regularly scheduled meeting, which is on October 16th. I don't know.
No, it would be October 2nd.
Oh,
It's a holiday.
Oh, we don't look. Okay.
so the date is the 16th?
Yep.
So
16th.
that's-
Okay.
If not tonight, then October 16th. All right, our next case is Z25- you're welcome. Z25-33, Eric Kubilis and Amy Piccola, owners of 728, 730 Preston Avenue, Bryn Mawr, PA, DC folio number 2205 0088600, who seek relief from section 182727B to permit a 4-foot-high dog-ear wood fence in the front yard to replace an existing fence in the same location. Property is on R6 and located in the 5th ward. Please come forward. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And your full name and address, please?
Amy Picola, 728 Preston Avenue, Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, 19010.
Okay, so you heard a little bit about like exhibits and marking exhibits and things, Amy. Do you have anything that you want the board to look at, or you want to refer to in your case should be marked, identified, and I can help you with that as an exhibit?
The only thing that's not in our packet, and I only have one copy, I apologize, is a sample photo, which we provided a link of the fence, and this is a printout because we realized after the fact that it would not necessarily be visual.
Okay, you could just leave it right here. So, you want to go through the exhibits, Henry? The fact that it's attached to the application doesn't necessarily make it part of the case. So it still needs to be, whatever you want, which is attached to your application, still needs to be identified in the record, but we'll help you through that real quick.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I will acknowledge here on the record that my husband, Eric Cabillas, gave all copies, including the original, when he submitted the packages. So I don't have a package to look at to help you navigate. So I appreciate the assistance.
Use mine.
Thank you.
So I think there's probably 3 documents in the packet that are probably relevant and what you would like to use as exhibits. First is a copy of the deed, which evidences you guys own the property, and puts you standing to be here this evening, so we'll make that exhibit A1. A2 looks to be somewhat a plan that was prepared. It's almost like a site plan.
A site plan
Yeah.
prepared by the would-be contractor for the fence.
Okay, so we'll make that exhibit A2. And then I see a handwritten letter dated May 6, 2025, I believe from Reginald, I can't read the last name on it.
I believe it's Sidnor.
Signor, okay. And it says, Eric, okay to put up the fence. I'm assuming you'd like a neighbor?
This is the neighbor where the fence would be between our property and his.
What's his address, Amy?
It's 726 Preston Avenue, Bryn Mawr, PA, 19010.
We'll make that exhibit A3, and then finally make exhibit A4 the picture of the fence that you just recently provided. So when you go through and make your presentation, you can refer to these exhibits as A1, A2, A3. And that way we know and the record knows what specifically you're speaking about.
What's A4?
You said A1's the deed, is that?
Yes, A1 is the deed.
Here you go, Paul.
I got it. I have,
Is there an address? Or what? Where is this?
Big desker. I don't know.
So Amy, on, this is A4, right? 1 is the deed, 2 is the site plan, 3 is the letter from the neighbor.
Yeah.
So this is 4. What's the location of this fence?
So the A4 is a photo from Fence Authority. It is not a reflection of our property. It is a demonstrative of what the would-be fence would look like to provide the visual backup, so.
Okay. So now that we got all the preliminary through, please tell us a little bit about what you would like to do and why.
Absolutely. So as detailed in our submission, we are seeking a variance from section 182-727B of the general laws of Haverford Township. Specifically, we're seeking a variance to permit installation of an approximately 4-foot-high wooden picket fence that is an example of which is demonstrated in A4. The picket fence would be installed along the side of our front yard between our property, 728 Preston Avenue, and our neighbor's property, 726 Preston Avenue. The fence will be a replacement for an old and broken down chain link fence and an approximately 12-foot high hedgerow. And it will border a newly installed native plant garden on our side of the property. Certainly happy to respond to questions as I share information that I hope will be relevant to you all and your determination.
Well, so then I'll ask one now.
Yeah.
So you said you're replacing a current chain link fence?
Yes,
Will this fence be the exact same footprint of the chain link? Is it longer in any area?
it is not longer. It is 22 feet long, which is how long the chain link fence is. It is slightly shorter than the chain link fence.
Shorter in height? you mean?
Shorter in height, so the picket fence would be 4 feet high approximately, and the chain link fence is a little taller than that. So not by feet, but in my very sophisticated measurements, so.
So, and what's depicted in A4, that's an example of exactly the type of fence and the style that you're going to?
Exactly, picket fence with visibility through, which is one of the things that I would like to highlight for you all, in that the very tall, impenetrable hedgerow is going to be replaced by this picket fence. The picket fence does not border a driveway. Our driveway is on the other side of our property. 726 doesn't have a driveway. There's no parking on our side of Preston Avenue. So I think this is actually would be an improvement of visibility, and at least installing the fence won't impact visibility or access to the properties that way.
And it is only in your side yard, correct?
Correct.
Question, Billy?
Yeah, so just to make sure, on A2, which is the hand-drawn overhead view, it's just this piece that is shaded on the left side, and it's 22 feet from the property line, which I believe is the front of your property, up the side, along your side.
That's correct.
Okay, and you mentioned that it's approximately 4 feet. Were you hedging a little bit on the exact height because the ground's not level, or is it because you're really not sure if the pickets themselves are 4 feet?
That's a good question. I'm hedging a little because our contractor has just said it is approximately 4 feet, and I trust that I should say the same thing so as to not under oath say something that's inaccurate.
Do you think you'd be okay if we were to say, if we were to give you the variance, that it has to be no more than 4 feet?
Yes.
I have no more questions.
Jesse? Jessica?
No more questions.
Ed?
Oh, it is a stupid question, maybe. Why do you need this fence? What is it for?
We've spent a lot of time talking about this and appreciate in our, unexpert review of the regulations that financial hardship is not a leading factor. But Preston Avenue is a street under development turnover. The property next to us is vacant. It has been vacant for a long time. It is a relatively unkempt property and yard, and frankly, we would not have moved forward with this project if we didn't know we couldn't put a fence in to replace this hedgerow that sort of separates us from a property that is vegetation and the like encroaching on our enjoyment and frankly the aesthetics of our property.
Yes, I see that I looked at Google Earth and seen you have a very beautifully landscaped front yard.
Thank you.
Because you can't see the neighbor's property through that hedge, so is the hedge a problem? I think the hedges myself would be more of an impact to the neighboring properties. I see it on the far side, the other side of the garage, that they even have to cut out a section of the tree hedge to be able to park their car. They can't get it in. But, so you're gonna take all that down on one side and just have this little short section of fence that is just sort of it's not a visual buffer because it's 24 foot high, but it's just an aesthetic feature for your property.
It's an aesthetic feature, but it does, so in that side yard, we've replaced our lawn with a native garden and a new tree, so there will be some visual barrier, although not impenetrable. And we've already, to be clear and, honest, we've removed that hedgerow already, and it's made a marked difference in sort of livability and usability of our front porch. It's much brighter and lighter, not having 12 feet may be an unexpert measurement. It was quite overgrown.
Okay, that's all I have.
Jonathan. And there wasn't a fence there previously.
There was a chain link
Chain link
fence.
fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was going to be my question, Mr. Chairman. Jonathan, this is somewhat of a pre-existing nonconformity as it relates to the current existing fence, correct?
That's correct. It would be a pre-existing nonconformity until it's abandoned.
Okay, and they're just replacing the exact same fence with a different fence, but same
Same size.
length, and a little bit shorter.
Give or take, yes.
Okay. No other questions? Is there anything else you'd like to add, Amy?
No, thank you all.
You don't want to come up and get sworn in and defend yourself about handing in the last copies? Nah, maybe you shouldn't. It'll only cause you problems later. But, okay, with that, I'll ask if there's anyone present that received certified mail that wishes to testify, anyone present that received regular mail, any other residents of Haverford Township. With that, we'll close the record on this case, and the decision will be rendered either this evening. If we're unable to render a decision this evening, one will be rendered at our next regularly scheduled meeting on October 16.
Thank
We're
you.
going to go into recess. We're not adjourned. All right, we'll resume the meeting of the Haverford Township Zoning Hearing Board, Thursday, September 18, 2025. With regard to case Z25-32, Pierce Keating, owner of 1 Westview Road, Bryn Mawr, PA, DC Folio number 2205-00420000, who seeks relief from section 182-202C5 and 182-727C4 to permit a 4-foot high fence within the 50-foot front yard setback. Jessica, are you prepared to vote?
In addition to that one,
He's going to do it with the decision.
you're going to do with the decision? Okay.
I am.
Ed, are you prepared?
Yes, I am.
Bill, are you prepared?
I am.
Jesse, are you prepared?
I am.
And so am I. Bill, would you please take that decision?
Yeah, with respect to case C25-32, I would vote to grant the variances from 182, the requested variances from 182-202C5 and 182-727C4 to permit a 4-foot high fence within the 50-foot yard setback. And in addition, a variance from section 182-711D1 to permit the erection of 2 pillars at the entrance to the proposed walkway, which will be at least 1 foot inside the front yard as accessory structures. And that the project will be completed within 1 year of this approval in accordance with the notes of testimony.
And that extra approval, Bill, was in response to the amended application requested by the applicant.
Yes, yes.
Jesse?
I agree.
Ed?
I agree.
Jessica?
Agree.
And so do I. That application's approved with those conditions, 5-0. With respect to case Z25-33, Eric Kubelis and Amy Piccola, owners of 728-730 Preston Avenue, Bryn Mawr, PA, DC Folio number 2205-0088-600, who seek relief from section 182-727B to permit a 4-foot high dog ear wood fence in the front yard to replace an existing fence in the same location. Jessica, are you prepared to vote?
I am.
Ed, are you prepared?
Yes, I am.
Bill?
I am.
Jesse?
Yes.
Jessica, would you like to take that decision, please?
Yes, I would vote to approve the application with the following conditions. The fence will be no more than 4 feet tall, and work is to be completed within 1 year and in accordance with the notes of testimony.
Okay. Ed?
I concur.
Bill?
I agree.
Jesse?
I agree.
And so do I. That application's approved with those conditions, 5-0. Any other administrative matters?
No, I did indicate, I'll indicate now, I do have the minutes prepared to catch up to speed, and I will get them out tomorrow, and we'll have them on the agenda for next meeting.
Okay. If there's nothing else, we're adjourned.